Okay, hello, welcome to Unit 9. So we're only a couple of weeks away from the midterm test, and for next week, there will be a TOEIC practice video. I'm going to cover the pages from the book. I believe it's pages 17 and 18. And also in the video will be a practice test from a website, but we're not going to do the whole test, only the photo part, because the main part for next week is picture descriptions, which will be part of your test. As far as what the written test will be and all that, that's going to be covered in class. So I'm going to go rather quickly because there's a lot to cover here, so I don't want to make this a 1 hour video. I'm going to try to keep it to 30, 40 minutes. So let's quickly move here. All right, so everybody here, they're all laughing or meeting or making contacts, or just most of them are having a really fun time. What are they all doing? Well, if you look at the name, I'm gonna move my head. If you look at the name of the unit, socializing, right? So here we go. That's what they're doing. Everybody is socializing. All right, let's move on. The grammar part here is reflexive pronouns. All of you should know this. Myself, himself, ourselves, and so on. But a lot of you maybe didn't know what the grammar was. Reflexive pronouns. Now, if you want to know what they are, this is what they are. My advice, neighbor, ESL sites in Korean to explain more exactly what they are and how they work. But here are some examples. If you could say an I, then you would use myself. I was thoroughly ashamed of myself. They, themselves. They are making fools of themselves. Now, you're not going to say, tell me about myself. You're going to say, oh, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. Right? So these are reflexive pronouns. Now, why am I talking about this? This is the grammar that we're going to be covering in the first part of the unit. So here is just a list I got at a site called ESL.com. It shows you the reflexive pronouns and what the personal pronouns are, and it gives you example sentences of the reflexive pronouns and how they're used. All right, yeah, this is the list. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead. All right, from now on, when you hear me say, if you want to take a screenshot, that's 5 seconds. Pause the video for as long as you need. That will be 10 seconds, or 8 to 10. All right, and there I'll tell you. Most of the time it will be 8. If it's longer, I'll let you know. All right, so here's the first use of reflexive pronouns. Now it says here reflexive pronouns and each other, but each other is not used in any of these sentences in A. So here's an audio that you're going to hear again in your Zoom class when we begin, when we actually start in the first page of Unit 9. But you're going to hear it here for the first time. Once the audio is over, I will count, I will give you as long as you need to pause the video, and then 8 seconds later, we will check the answer, or 8 seconds, and then I will start. You, of course, the video will be paused. You can leave it paused for as long as you need. All right, so here we go.
Unit 9, Breakfast 1, Conversation 1. Excuse me, Miss Black. We haven't met before. May I introduce myself? My name is Lee Din Tuong.
Ah, Mr. Lei Din. We've spoken on the phone, but it's nice to meet you personally.
My pleasure, Miss Black. I enjoyed your presentation.
Oh, please, call me Isabel. By the way, I know a colleague of yours, Lee Van Hyde. Do you know each other?
I met him briefly, just before he left the company.
Oh, has he left the company?
I heard that he taught himself Japanese and went to work in Japan.
Conversation 2.
Ah, there you are, Mai. Isabel, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Tran Tan Mai.
Oh, nice to meet you. Is this your first time at the annual conference?
Yes, it is. And I love Bangkok. It's so different from Hanoi.
Yes, Mai's really enjoying herself.
Have you ever been to Hanoi, Miss Black?
No, I've already visited Saigon. I haven't been to Hanoi yet. Oh, excuse me a moment. That's my phone.
Conversation 3.
Excuse me, aren't you Akamu Sawavon?
Yes. Have we met before?
Akamu, it's me, Nick Ramos from Manila. We met at a conference in the spring.
Yes, of course. Nick, good to see you again. I didn't recognize you. What have you done to yourself? You look different.
Well, I have to wear glasses now, but how are you? How's business?
Pretty good. But I'm hoping to make some new contacts while I'm here.
Come on, I'll introduce you to my business partners.
Conversation 4.
John, Rodrigo, this is Akamu from Laos. Can I leave you to introduce yourselves? I need to talk to those guys who are standing by themselves over there. See you later.
Hi, Akamu. I'm John. Nice to meet you, Akamu. I'm Rodrigo. We are Nick's partners at Manila Language Training Services.
I've never been to Manila.
You should visit.
I'd like to. We must keep in touch. Perhaps we can do business together.
Sure, it's always useful to have new contacts. Listen, you guys, I'm hungry. Shall we help ourselves to the buffet?
All right, let me explain one more time about this, pause and all that. All right, when I say pause the video for as long as you need, if you are already finished, I count to 8, or I count from 8 down, and then I say, okay, welcome back. Of course, if you pause the video because you need time, don't count to 8. Pause it for as long as you need to write down the answers to anything that we do. So again, finished, 8 seconds later, I go over the answers. You need more time, just keep the video paused until you're done. Okay, now, here we go. Pause the video for as long as you need now. Okay, welcome back. Let's check your answers. May I introduce myself? He taught himself Japanese. She's really enjoying herself. What have you done to yourself? Can I leave you to introduce yourselves? The guys who are standing by themselves. And shall we help ourselves to the buffet? Okay, before we do screenshots, here are the answers to the reflexive verbs. I, singular, I, myself, you, singular, yourself, she, herself, he, himself, we, ourselves, you, as in many, like you, the class of students, yourselves, they, themselves. Now remember, the screenshot is 5 seconds, move on, okay? So if you need to take a screenshot, take the screenshot now. Okay, moving on. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over this. We are looking at ourselves. We are looking at ourselves in the mirror. We are looking at each other. Right, so reflexive pronoun, each other. So when Joe looked at himself and Jane looked at herself, they looked at themselves. They, the key word here is they. When Joe looked at Jane and Jane looked at Joe, they looked at each other. All right, I don't think you really need a screenshot, but in case you do, go ahead. Okay. All right, I did make a mistake here, sorry. Yeah, I did make a mistake. I have the word helped twice. You don't need to write the word helped one more time, just the reflexive pronoun. So we already know that number one is going to be a reflexive pronoun, not each other. But the missing words here, ourselves, yourselves, themselves, each other. As a matter of fact, let me give you number one as an example and explain. We were hungry, so we helped ourselves to the buffet. Okay. Pause the video for as long as you need to write now. Okay, welcome back. You have unpaused the video and are ready to check your answers. Okay, John and Rodrigo have known each other for a long time. You must be careful. Don't burn yourselves. Okay, yourselves, because you must, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. You must all, so all of you, don't burn yourselves. Okay, Nick and Akamu did not recognize each other, so neither one recognized who the other one was. So they did not recognize each other. Everyone enjoyed themselves at the conference. Okay, if you need to take a screenshot, now. Okay. I'm going to go quickly over this, but this is the present perfect with ever, yet, already. So each of these goes into one of these blank spaces. So this is conversation 2. You already heard it. This is only the second part. So we're only going to listen to the second part.
Conversation 2. Ah, there you are, my Isabel. I'd like to introduce my colleague, Mai.
Oh, nice to meet you. Is this your first time at the annual conference?
Yes, it is. And I love Bangkok. It's so different from Hanoi.
Yes, Mai's really enjoying herself.
Have you ever been to Hanoi, Miss Black?
No, I've already visited Saigon, but I haven't been to Hanoi yet. Oh, excuse me a moment. That's my phone.
Okay. Yeah, pause the video for as long as you need to do only number 1 and number 2. Now. Okay, welcome back. Each one of those is used in one of the blank spaces. Here we go. Have you ever been to Hanoi? And she said, no. I have already visited Saigon, but I haven't been to Hanoi yet. Okay, we're going to quickly do this. I have we use written in here. You only have to write the bold, what you see in bold. Okay, ask about what people have done before. We use ever. To say that an action happened earlier, we use already. And to say an action has not happened, but we expect it to happen, we use yet. All right, go ahead. If you need to take a screenshot, do it now. All right, moving on. Okay, so this you're going to go on this to the script on page 111 or 111. Read the script and use the present perfect and ever, yet, already with this. So pause the video for as long as you need to do this now. All right, so you used the present perfect with ever, yet, already, one of them. All right, so Isabel Twang, speak on the phone. Isabel and Twang have already spoken on the phone. Isabel, Hanoi, visit. Isabel has not visited Hanoi yet. Akamu, Nick, met. Nick has already, I'm sorry, wait, you could say that. Akamu has already met Nick, or Akamu and Nick have already met. Isabel, her presentation, give. Isabel has already given her presentation. John, Rodrigo, anything from the buffet? John and Rodrigo haven't eaten anything from the buffet yet. All right, this is a lot, but as usual, only 5 seconds and then we move on. So if you need to take a screenshot, take your screenshot now. All right, there should be plenty of time to take the screenshot. Let's move on. All right, I'm just going to go over the answers here and then you can take a screenshot. There's no time to pause the video and all that. All right, here we go. It's going to always be have you. So the first word is always going to be have. Have you ever been to the annual conference before? You could always say, have you been? That's fine too. Have you checked into your hotel yet? There's no ever here. It has to be, have you checked? Have you ever heard that new speaker over there before? He's interesting. Or have you heard? That's fine. Have you ever given a presentation at the annual conference? Or have you given? Of course, here they want you to use ever. Have you written your report about the last conference yet? Here it's the boss, right? The boss wants to know, hey, have you written your report yet? I need it now. And have you had coffee yet? Shall I get you some? All right. You need to take a screenshot now. Okay, move on. All right, here we're going to get into phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, for example, you see one right here, take care of. And I'll even give you number 2. Oh, sorry. I guess I won't be giving you number 2. Sorry, my bad, -1. All right, so phrasal verbs are phrases that are verbs. an action. You will know what the phrasal verbs are. They're going to say it. So you just need to listen carefully and then write what you hear. All right, so listen carefully.
Okay, the visitors will arrive on Monday afternoon, and it's our job to take care of the European group and make them welcome. Ayaka, have you reserved the hotel rooms yet?
Yes, Emily, and they're confirmed. I've already sent you the email.
Good, thanks. Now, on Monday evening, we'll have dinner together. We'll take everyone out to a nice restaurant so that we can get to know each other. Any restaurant ideas, Daisuke?
I think we should take them somewhere where they serve local food. Have you been to Miyako, a new kaiseki restaurant in the Higashiyama district yet?
No, I've heard about it. Isn't it expensive?
I don't think so. I haven't eaten there yet, but I've heard a lot about it. They do great food, and the district is interesting for visitors too.
That sounds good. Let me see. If everyone shows up, there'll be 12 of us. Daisuke, ask them for a price for 12. And could you check out a couple of other places?
Will do, Emily.
Now, on Tuesday morning, Ayaka and I will show them around the company. We can drop by a food court in the station for lunch. In the afternoon, they'll take part in the conference. By the evening, they'll be tired, so they'll probably be happy to have some time to themselves. On Wednesday, we'll look around the city. Riku, you've done this before. What do you think we should show them?
Well, we could go on a sightseeing tour that takes us around the city and out to Nijo Castle.
That's a good idea, Riku. Any idea what it would cost?
No, but I can soon find out.
Good idea. Well, now that we've made some plans, I'm really looking forward to the visit, especially to the socializing.
Okay, so you know there's a script now in the back of the book. You can always look. But before you look, try to write in as much as you can, or as much as you heard. But as usual, pause the video for as long as you need now. Okay, welcome back. Let's check your answers for phrasal verbs. We will take everyone out to a nice restaurant. If everyone shows up, there will be 12 of us. Could you check out a couple of other places? On Tuesday morning, we'll show them around the company. We can drop by a food court for lunch. In the afternoon, they'll take part in the conference. On Wednesday, we will look around the city. Any idea on what it would cost? No, but I can soon find out. I'm really looking forward to the visit. All right, these are the answers. If you need to take a screenshot, now. Okay, let's move on. All right, so the next part you're going to do is match the phrasal verbs in sentences 1 to 10 from 4A, this is 4A, with the definitions A to J. So this is what they mean. Which sentence has the phrasal verb for each meaning? For example, take care of. What does that mean? Look after or be responsible for. Sentence number 1. Okay? Pause the video for as long as you need now. Okay, welcome back. All right, sentence number 2. Entertain. The meaning here is entertain. Sentence number 3. Arrive, come. Sentence number 4. Ask for information. Sentence number 5. take someone through a place, show them around. Sentence number 6, visit for a short time. Sentence number 7, attend, participate. Sentence number 8, see the sights. Number 9, or sentence number 9, get information and think about with pleasure, looking forward to, right? Sentence number 10. All right, screenshot, if you need to, go ahead. All right, moving on. All right, so this is what somebody would say to you. I need to move my video screen. You'll see why in just a minute. This is what somebody would say to you. Here it is. What are you going to say to them? How are you going to answer them? So for example, I really enjoyed your presentation. Okay, so if somebody said that to me, I would say something like, oh, thank you. It's kind of you to say so, right? So this person, somebody says this to you, what should you say back? Again, you're being polite here. You're being nice, right? So what are you going to say back? All right. Pause the video for as long as you need. Now. All right. So polite phrases for socializing. So somebody says to you, hey, please call me Linda. And you must call me, and then whatever your name is. In my case, oh, and you must call me Ted. And here's my. I'm afraid I'm not able to come. Oh, what a pity. Oh, I've just heard that we won the Achievement Award. Congratulations, well done. Please, keep in touch. Oh, yes, I will. It's nice to meet you personally. It's my pleasure. Excuse me a moment, that's my phone. No problem. I'm going on vacation next week. Well, I hope you have a great time. Shall we have a drink at the bar? What a good idea. There's only one left. Do you mind if I call you tomorrow? Not at all. All right, so if you need to take a screenshot, please take your screenshot now. All right, I'm going to move my video screen back. As you can see, it was covering up. All right. Okay, enough time for the screenshot. Let's move on. All right, so on pages 73 to 76, on the bottom of the page, here's the book. On the bottom of the page, you'll see some words with like a red arrow. For example, on page 73, on the bottom of the page, annual, and then contacts. Then page 74, we have teach, taught, buffet, and so on. So looking on the bottom of the pages with the red arrows and those small little words, which of those words go in the correct sentence? So finish the sentences using those words. Pause the video for as long as you need. Now. All right, so for a couple of these, it's pretty easy. For example, we all know that the past tense of teach is taught. And we all know that something that happens once a year is an annual event. So in this case, the meeting. All right, here we go. Networking is a good way to make contacts. We've talked about this. Taught is the past tense. Emily and her team have to take care of the visitors. We enjoyed the sightseeing tour around the city. The meeting is only once a year. We talked about this, it's annual. Could you find out the train times for me? The hotel offers a very good breakfast buffet. And first we have the national news, then we have the local news. And I just want to go back to phrasal verbs because they're verbs in the form of a phrase. Take care of, find out. But for this, no. This is a video, there's no student A, student B. So. All right, moving on. Oh, sorry, screenshot now. Okay, now we move on. All right, I'm only gonna play this audio one time. I'm not gonna play it 3 times for all 3 pages, but this is a video. You can always go back and listen one more time. So let's listen to Rob Hall. He's from Asia Pacific Business Specialist, and he's talking about gifts that you should not give, taboo. Gifts that you should not give in Asian countries. First part, very easy. Which countries does he mention?
In many countries, such as in the USA, Canada, and the UK, gift giving is unusual in the business world. However, in Asian countries, giving gifts is important, but you must be careful to choose the right gift. There are some important taboos that you should know. Let me give you some examples. In China, you should never give an umbrella as a gift. It means you want to end your friendship with a person because the Chinese word for umbrella is like the word for separate. You should also be careful with numbers and colors. In many Asian countries, including Japan and Korea, 4 is an unlucky number. In Malaysia, don't wrap gifts in yellow paper. That color is for royalty, you know, kings and queens. In some Asian countries, for example, in Cambodia, you should never wrap your gifts in white paper. White is the color of death. Never give hand towels as gifts in Taiwan. Here, and in some other Asian countries, towels are usually given out when somebody dies. So avoid this gift because it can bring sad memories. And don't give handkerchiefs to anyone in Vietnam. They mean you are saying goodbye and might never see each other again. It's okay to give whiskey and other forms of alcohol in Asian countries, such as Vietnam and Taiwan. But it's not a good idea in Malaysia and Indonesia, where many people don't drink alcohol for religious reasons. In many countries in the world, including China, Japan, and the United States, giving something sharp, such as a knife or scissors, means the relationship will be cut and will end immediately. For this reason, in the US, if somebody gives us a knife, we give them some money so that we have bought the knife and it is no longer a gift.
Okay, so there are a lot of countries mentioned here. Let's go over them. He mentioned Cambodia, China, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Okay. So if you need to take a screenshot, go ahead. But we're going to move on, and I will tell you one thing. One, you can go back and listen to the audio again, or in the book, if you go to page 113, 113, you can read the script. Okay, so whichever you do, using the video to listen to the audio or going to page 113, please pause the video for as long as you need now. Okay, so picture number 1, 4 glasses. 4 sounds like the word for death in Japan and Korea. Umbrella. It sounds like the Chinese word for separate. Whiskey, because of religious reasons, you should not give them in Malaysia or Indonesia. Yellow is the color of royalty in Malaysia, and I get confused between towels and handkerchiefs. But in Taiwan, never give a towel. I know that knife, anything sharp, means the relationship will be cut. So that's China and Japan. They also mentioned the USA, but this is for countries in Asia. Okay, white is the color of death in Cambodia, so that's a big no. And handkerchiefs in Vietnam. Okay, so these are the answers. If you need to take a screenshot, please take a screenshot now. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're not going to listen again. You know what you can do. And again, I told you, the script is on page 113. Or you can go back to the beginning where I played the audio, but whatever you choose, just, well, I was going to say pause the video, but let me explain exactly what you have to do. Okay, match gifts 1 to 8, the pictures that you saw with the reasons why you should not give them here. Picture number here has to match the reason here. All right. Audio from the video or page 113. Pause the video for as long as you need now. All right, here we go. Here are the answers. 1, it's an unlucky number. 2, it sounds like the Chinese word for separate. 3, it's not acceptable for religious reasons. It's the color of royalty. They can bring sad memories. The relationship will end immediately or be cut. It's the color of death. They mean goodbye, perhaps for always. All right, if you need to take a screenshot, please take your screenshot now. And all right, so for the Zoom class, okay, the first thing we're going to do in Zoom class is listen to the beginning of Unit 9. Then I'm going to put you guys in your groups, and there'll be half of you on page 93 and half of you on page 94. This is what you will see. You will ask a student these questions. So student A would ask from here to student B. Student B answers, take a note, and then tell me about student B. But you only have to tell me one of these. Each student will just tell me one of these. Remember, you're going to be using the present perfect with, already, yet, and so on. It's all here. And then the same goes with student B. You will tell me about student A if student A has ever done anything here. So that will be in Zoom class after we do the beginning of Unit 9. Then I will put you in your groups. And on that note, I'll see you in Zoom. See you in Zoom.